Welcome to my channel, Learn English with Podcast.
Let me ask you something personal. If someone asked you right now, in English, what your biggest dream is, could you actually answer them? Or would you just smile and go quiet?
Honestly, that used to be me. I'd know exactly what I wanted to say inside, but the English words just wouldn't come out.
And that's exactly why we're here today. Welcome to Learn English with Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Jessica. Today, we're going to teach you how to talk about your dreams and future goals naturally and confidently in English.
So, Jessica, before we get into the phrases and vocabulary, let's talk about why this topic is so important for English learners.
Well, think about it. One of the most common conversations in English is someone asking you about your plans or your future. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
And those kinds of questions come up everywhere. In job interviews, at social events, on first dates, with new friends.
Right. So if you can't express your dreams and goals clearly, you miss out on some of the most meaningful conversations in English.
Miss out on, meaning to lose the opportunity to experience or enjoy something. It's a really common phrasal verb in everyday English.
So today, we're going to fix that. Let's start with the very basics. What's the difference between a dream and a goal?
Great place to start, actually. I think a lot of people use those words interchangeably, but they're a little different.
Interchangeably, meaning using two words as if they mean exactly the same thing. But there is a subtle difference.
A dream is something you deeply wish for. It's big, maybe distant, maybe uncertain. It lives in your imagination and your heart.
And a goal is more concrete. It's something specific you're working toward with a plan. It has steps and a timeline.
So your dream might be, I want to travel the world. And your goal might be, I'm saving money to visit 3 countries next year.
Exactly. Dreams inspire you. Goals direct you. And you need both working together to actually move forward in life.
I love that. Dreams inspire, goals direct. So how do you actually express a dream in English? What are the phrases people use?
Okay, so the simplest and most natural way is, I've always dreamed of. And then you finish the sentence with your dream.
For example, I've always dreamed of living abroad, or I've always dreamed of starting my own business.
Living abroad, meaning living in a foreign country, away from your home country. Such a common dream for people learning English.
Another great phrase is, one day I hope to, which sounds slightly more realistic and near future than a dream.
One day I hope to open my own restaurant. One day I hope to work in another country. These feel achievable, even if they're still in the future.
And then there's, it's always been my dream to, which shows that this wish has been with you for a long time, not just something you thought of recently.
It's always been my dream to write a book. It's always been my dream to speak fluent English. So personal and so powerful.
Fluent, meaning able to speak a language naturally and smoothly without stopping to search for words.
Now, let's talk about goals, because the phrases for talking about goals are a little different and a bit more action-focused.
Right. For short-term goals, things you want to do soon, you might say, I'm planning to, or I'm going to.
Short-term, meaning in the near future, not too far away, like the next few weeks, months, or maybe within a year.
I'm planning to take an English course next month. I'm going to apply for that job next week. These sound determined and specific.
Determined, meaning you've made up your mind and you're committed to doing it. That's such an important feeling to communicate.
And for longer-term goals, things 5 or 10 years in the future, you'd say something like, in the long run, I want to.
In the long run, meaning over a longer period of time, thinking about what happens eventually. Such a useful expression.
In the long run, I want to become a manager. In the long run, I want to move to another country.
Or you can use, my long-term goal is to, which sounds very clear and confident, especially in professional settings.
My long-term goal is to build a successful online business. My long-term goal is to become fully bilingual.
Bilingual, meaning able to speak 2 languages fluently. What a beautiful goal for anyone listening to this right now.
Now let's talk about how to add detail to your dreams and goals, because saying I want to travel isn't very interesting on its own.
Exactly. Adding detail makes your English richer, more interesting, and way more natural. It's what separates okay English from impressive English.
So instead of just I want to travel, you might say I'd love to spend a year traveling through South America, experiencing different cultures and learning Spanish along the way.
See how much more vivid that is? Vivid meaning clear, detailed, and full of life. A vivid description paints a picture in the listener's mind.
And it gives the other person so much more to respond to. The conversation naturally continues because there's so much more to talk about.
Exactly. One of the secrets to great conversation is giving enough detail that the other person can ask follow-up questions easily.
Follow-up questions. Questions that dig deeper into what someone just said. They keep the conversation alive and show you're engaged.
Let's practice making dreams more detailed with a few examples. James, tell me one of your dreams, but make it detailed.
Okay, I've always dreamed of living in a small, quiet town somewhere in Europe. Maybe Portugal or Italy, where I could wake up slowly, write in the mornings, and walk to a little cafe every afternoon.
See how beautiful that is? I can picture it completely. Now, your turn, listeners. Think of your dream and try to add those kinds of details.
Let's also talk about something many learners struggle with, expressing uncertainty about the future, because not everything is decided.
Right. And it's very natural and honest to say, I'm not sure yet, but, or I'm still figuring out exactly what I want, but...
Still figuring out, meaning you haven't decided completely. You're still thinking and exploring. That's not a weakness, it's honesty.
Another phrase I love for this is, I'm keeping my options open, which means you haven't committed to one path yet.
Keeping your options open, not locking yourself into one choice too early. Very natural in everyday English conversation.
You could say, I'm not sure whether I want to stay in my current job or go back to studying, so I'm keeping my options open for now.
That sounds so natural, and it gives you time to think without feeling like you have to have all the answers right away.
Now, let's talk about obstacles, because when people talk about dreams, they often also talk about what's standing in the way.
Obstacles, meaning things that are blocking your path or making it harder to reach your goal. Every dream has them.
And in English, you can express this really naturally with phrases like, the main challenge for me is, or one thing holding me back is.
Holding me back, meaning preventing you from moving forward or reaching your potential. Such a strong and common expression.
For example, the main challenge for me is that I don't have enough savings yet. Or, one thing holding me back is my lack of experience in this field.
And then you can follow that with, but I'm working on it, which shows you're not giving up, just facing a reality honestly.
I'm working on it. Such a powerful little phrase. It shows you're aware of the obstacle and actively trying to overcome it.
Overcome, meaning to successfully deal with or get past a challenge. It's such a hopeful word.
Let me share a personal example. A while back, my goal was to improve my public speaking, but the main challenge was that I was terrified of speaking in front of groups.
What did you do about it?
I started incredibly small, just speaking up more in small group conversations, then slightly larger ones. One thing holding me back was fear of judgment, but I kept working on it.
And now look at you, hosting a podcast and speaking to thousands of people.
Exactly. Small steps, big results, just like we always say on this show.
Now let's talk about something that comes up a lot in English conversations about the future, conditional sentences.
Oh yes, this is such important grammar for talking about dreams and goals. Can you explain what a conditional sentence is?
A conditional sentence talks about what would happen if a certain condition were true. The most common pattern is, if I would.
For example, if I had more time, I would learn to play the guitar. Or if I lived abroad, I would become fluent much faster.
These sentences are incredibly natural in English conversation, and they make your speech sound so much more sophisticated.
Sophisticated, meaning complex, polished, and impressive. Using conditionals correctly is a sign of real English fluency.
And they're great for talking about dreams specifically, because dreams are often things that would happen if the conditions were right.
If I won a scholarship, I would study at a university abroad. If I got that promotion, I would finally feel financially secure.
Financially secure, meaning having enough money to feel safe and stable, not worrying about bills or unexpected costs.
Let's also talk about talking about other people's dreams, because conversations aren't just about yourself.
Good point. What are some natural questions you can ask someone else about their dreams and future goals?
Simple ones work best, like, what's something you've always wanted to do? Or where do you see yourself in a few years?
Or is there a dream you've had since you were young? That one invites a really personal and interesting answer.
And when someone shares their dream with you, how do you respond naturally in English?
You can say, that sounds amazing, or I love that. What's your plan? Those responses show genuine interest.
Genuine,
meaning real and sincere, not fake or polite just for the sake of it. People can feel the difference.
You could also say, I can totally see that for you, which means you believe in the person and their dream fits who they are.
I can totally see that for you. Such a warm and encouraging thing to say. It validates the other person's dream.
Validates, meaning confirms that something is real, worthy, and makes sense. Everyone wants to feel that their dreams are taken seriously.
Now let's talk about motivation, because sometimes dreams feel far away and people lose confidence. How do you talk about staying motivated in English?
Great question. You might say, what keeps me going is, and then explain your source of motivation.
What keeps me going is imagining how my life will look when I achieve this. Or what keeps me going is thinking about my family.
What keeps me going? Such a natural, warm phrase. It shows real human emotion behind the goal.
Another phrase is, I remind myself why I started, which means going back to your original reason when things get hard.
I remind myself why I started. That's such a grounding phrase. It pulls you back to your original purpose.
Grounding, meaning keeping you connected to what's real and important, especially when things feel uncertain or overwhelming.
All right, let's move toward a quick recap because we've packed so much in today's conversation.
Yes, so first, understand the difference between a dream and a goal. Dreams inspire, goals direct. You need both.
Second, use natural phrases like, I've always dreamed of, one day I hope to, and it's always been my dream to when talking about big wishes.
Third, for goals, use phrases like, I'm planning to, in the long run I want to, and my long-term goal is to.
Fourth, add detail to your dreams. The more vivid your description, the more interesting and natural your English sounds.
Fifth, it's completely okay to express uncertainty. Use phrases like, I'm still figuring it out, and I'm keeping my options open.
Sixth, use obstacle phrases like, one thing holding me back is, and I'm working on it, to talk honestly about challenges.
And seventh, learn conditional sentences. If I had more time, I would. These make your English sound truly sophisticated.
Such a rich episode today. And remember, every big dream starts with one sentence. Today, you're learning to say that sentence in English.
To everyone listening, your dreams are worth talking about. And now, you have the English to talk about them.
Keep practicing English every day. Use the phrases from today in your next conversation, your next journal entry, or even just out loud to yourself.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The first time you say, I've always dreamed of in English might feel awkward. Say it anyway.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're genuinely rooting for your dreams, in English and in life.
We'll see you in the next podcast. Until then, say your dream out loud, in English, and mean every word.
Bye for now, everyone. Dream big, speak clearly, and keep going.